Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very refreshing and nicely chilled ruby breakfast, which I believe is apple, blood orange, pink grapefruit juice and pineapple. Either way, welcome back to the game. And previously we were doing the second campaign scenario, which was I think it's Palermo. Anyway, it was to do with mob bosses and there was a big fire at the start and there was a divorce at the end. Anyway, we managed to get that done, and yeah, we're going to have a look at the next one, which is called G.A.B.O.S. That's Golf Alpha Bravo Oscar Sierra in the phonetic. There is a riot in progress at the Alamiko State Prison. Get there and re-secure the building. Okay, let's see what this has going for it. CNDC, this is going to be some sort of news thing, isn't it? And dramatic pullout, there we go. Right, at the state prison, staff and security have withdrawn to the perimeter to wait for military assistance. This is the CNDC news. A number of personnel are still unaccounted for, including the company CEO, Charles Wallace. Rioting erupted following the arrest of several high-profile judges, alleged to have taken kickbacks in return for imposing harsher sentences. Okay, and that guy getting his dinner eaten by the arresting officer. Anyway, Douglas Benedict, currently serving a life term, is believed to be the ringleader behind the outbreak of violence. Adding fuel to the fire, sources say the criminal underworld has recently been rocked by a series of high-profile murders, and yeah, there's the including the attempted assassination of mob boss Victor Palermo last month, and well, they're no longer alive. They're no longer alive. They're no longer alive. These two are, although they are now divorced, and Nick on the right there, well, they said they weren't going to last long, but we'll see how the threads connect together. City Mayor Calvin Heller released his statement just a few moments ago. To those who question our policies of punitive reform, this should act as a stark reminder. These men have housing and food, provided the privilege of paid work. This is how they reward their taxpayers who subsidise their comforts. Okay, CEO Charles Wallace's deputy, a relatively newcomer to the post, has been tasked with restoring order. That's us. It is yet to be seen whether a lack of experience will prove costly during this difficult crisis. And, oh yeah, that's all kinds of kicking off. That's all kinds of on fire. That is all kinds of red. They're all kinds of dead and dramatic. So, the negotiator. Riot underway, 92 prisoners are rioting. So, negotiators over here. Oh, okay, right. So, it's out of control. Nobody is in charge. We've got multiple casualties and their remaining guards won't get into the rioting cell blocks. We've had to pull back to the perimeter. Figure out what to do and put a stop to it before it gets out of hand. Riot police should be here in a few minutes. And 5 deaths. Rioting has gone down though, so it does say stop the riot. We can see that we have 1, 2, 3 cell blocks that have been taken over. Danger level is absolute maximum. The maximum capacity is actually 81, but there's 88 prisoners here. A mix of medium security and maximum security, although that number is going down because of the fire mainly, I think. Okay, emergencies then. I'm going to bring in the fire engine straight away because, quite frankly, I want to put this out before it rips through the entire facility. So let's just grab these guys and tell them to go to there, and then the ones behind it, then tell them to go to there. I don't know whether or not the game is going to tell us to do this later on. I imagine it might. However, you know, I really want to stop the fire sooner rather than later before it gets absolutely well and truly out of hand. We have, let's see, we have a kitchen over here, we have a canteen, we have a very large storage here. Yeah, deaths over here, yes. And the negotiator's calling. So, the first of the response teams have arrived. These guys are riot guards and they're much more heavily armoured. Use these guys to start retaking the captured prison wings. Also got some paramedics for the nearby state hospital. I suggest you use them to give emergency medical attention to your riot guards as they retake the prison. Okay, so all these guys, and literally just say, go, 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 get in there. So that's fine. We can see we are now putting out the fire, which is good. I'm going to send these guys on a bit of a flanking up down on top of that one, and I've sent them on the fire. Hopefully the protective gear is up to standard. Anyway, over to here, what's happening? Yeah, it looks like they're all coming through. I don't know whether or not there's another set of riot police, and I've just blocked everybody in with these firefighters. I don't know, but let's just head in. There doesn't seem to be a riot in here, although it's definitely got free heating at the moment. Like I said, I have a feeling that it's going to tell us to do that anyway. So we're going to retake this wing by wing. So we're going to send these guys up and out. We need to protect our guards as best we can. So these are riot police. If I was to go to objects and go helipad, I'd be able to place a helipad and bring in... Do I do that? Do I place a helipad over here? I'm going to get in a worker, 2 workers, and I'll be able to bring in the helicopter, won't I? Okay, that's an interesting one. So let's get these guys down. They've already taken one part of the wing, which is good. I don't think they've taken any damage, which is pretty handy. We'll get the paramedics following in behind them, like so. Just going to double check to see how the fire's going. We've got a lot of micromanagement going on here, and looks like it's absolute carnage in here. We can see pretty much everything is burnt, destroyed. There's people sadly found in the inferno there. Okay, so people are being healed up by the paramedics. Let me just go in here, and paramedics can file in as well, although they're not too keen on doing that. We need to take control of this place first, and it looks like they are, although this guy's getting pushed back into the paramedics. So yeah, let's see if we can move these guys up like so. It looks like they're working their way through the centre. How goes the fire suppression? That seems to be going all right. And then let's go up. So you can see it's already, ripping through the facility. It would definitely have reached this cell block before I've been able to stop things. All right, where are our paramedics? Get the paramedics in here. Get people healed up. Let's get the riot guards supporting one another after they've been healed. So there you go. We're now down to 59 riots, or 59 prisoners rioting, should I say. These guys can move up. Fire is being put out there. That's some range on the hose. That's good. Let's to move up. More riot guards have arrived. Oh, okay, right. Sadly, the truck is in the way. I thought that might be the case. Okay, well, we are definitely off book here. But I'm going to pretty much cancel... I don't need to do it manually. You can see you can hold H and you can spray yourself. You can just spray like the hose yourself. There we are. And I'm going to have to get rid of these, get rid of the fire engines now. So how does one get rid? Okay. Dismiss vehicle. And dismiss vehicle. So they're going to move forward. The other one's going to move forward too. Riot guards can go to there. We're going to get our paramedics to there. The other riot police are on their way. And I wonder what happens with the fire with the staff, actually. So I've just told them I've dismissed the vehicle, but we've still got the firemen here. Interesting. Well, that's a thing. Let's continue trying to stop all of the riot here. Danger level is obviously still maximum. Some guys are injured, so I'm going to have to get the paramedics to heal up, but I don't have to do it when they're in combat. Looks like they're giving it a go. No, staying back. For some reason the other riot guards have not stayed back. No, come on. Some of them stayed back, some of them have, just sort of smashing through the door. Okay. So we're in here. That guy's now subdued. Going to go in here. The mayor's calling. I assume this is the CEO's deputy with whom I'm speaking. I appreciate this is a very difficult time and we are all under intense scrutiny. Rest assured, you're my full support during any and all resources at your disposal. We gained a foothold, retaking some of the prison, and loss of life was completely justifiable. But before you push on retake the rest of the prison, you should resecure wings that you have captured, hire some guards, assign them to recaptured sectors from the deployment screen, and they'll secure. Once you've taken care of that, push into the remaining zones and put these monsters down. These animals can't be rehabilitated and they can't be negotiated with. I'm working on authorising an armed response team that will put an end to this quick. Okay, that's not entirely what I had in mind. These guys have taken that out there. So what does it need to do? Resecure the special wing west, resecure MacSec, and now the negotiator's calling. The mayor has brought in some armed police from the nearby police station. Be careful with these guys. You might just end up with a bloodbath on your hands if you let them loose. On the other side, the prisoners may choose to surrender when they see these guys coming. Okay, well, I'll do that. I'm going to hire some guards. So let's just sort of mash up until about 20. And then deployment. So it's assigned guards, isn't it? So like that. I'm just going to assign them like this. So that's done, technically, although we do need to obviously take over other areas. So let's just get all those guys down. These guys can do a similar thing. We're going to have these other ones come around. And the armed guards, I'm going to bring them in as well, but just more cautionary. You've got wounded all over the prison and more to come, no doubt. You can't just leave them to bleed to death. Build an infirmary somewhere on site. Hire doctors to treat the injured. We're also seeing quite a few bodies. For the sake of dignity, we need to build a morgue and start collecting them up. You'll need to hire workmen to do the construction work. Be sure to keep them safe. Okay, optional build an infirmary and optional build a morgue and collect the dead. Alright, well what I'll do is I'm going to go to quick build and to infirmary. I'll just search for it. Infirmary. And we're going to we'll use concrete, why not? In fact, I'm going to build 2 infirmaries like that. And then we want a morgue, so medical. What? Is there a quick one for that? No, there isn't. Right. Benedict's calling. So over here... Oh, listen up. We've got your CEO. There we go. And other people as well. Looks to be a janitor. Yeah. Chef. So this is how it works. I ask, you give. Any problems, send anyone in, or I'll even smell a cop. I'll put a bullet in his skull. We want an unmarked vehicle, blacked out windows, full tank, 1 hour. I'll be in touch. Okay, phone slams down. So we do need to get over there. However, the mayor has got something to say. This is completely unacceptable. We need eyes on that canteen so we can see what's happening. There's a small security room to the north of the canteen. We need to secure it. Deploy some guards in there to man the CCTV console. 3rd time's a charm. And we will get vision of the whole cell block. So, guards. There we go. And deployment. The main bulk of the reinforcements have arrived. You can call as many squads of riot police and paramedics as you need from the emergency toolbar. And let's take a look at the hostage situation. Last chance to walk out of here, boss man. Ever play 2-ball tag? Oh, so they're just going to leave 1. And yeah. Ah, okay. 2 bullets, 4 empty chambers. Used to play this with jackrabbits. We blow their heads off. Yeah. Okay, but you'll work just the same. Let's start with a simple question. What were you doing in that office? So, has he seen something he shouldn't have done? There's a CCTV camera there. I swear I don't know anything. And there's... Is that the swing line stapler? They've got a revolver out. And, oh, the burning files. I've seen my own reflection enough to know a man doing wrong. Okay. Fine. Who goes first? You, me? What about this guy? Oh. Well, that was a loaded chamber. What do you know? What was in those files? I swear I don't know. Well, we know that the next 2, unless he spins it, are going to be empty. So, luck's running out. Still a bullet in there somewhere, and I know what I saw. Okay. So they all charged in. And see him burning files. But he is armed. Couldn't believe my own eyes. The big company man himself here in my prison looking guilty. Yeah, there's his group. I'm guessing there was more in those files than just my rap sheet. Please, please don't. Odds are getting shorter, Wallace. Oh, yeah, he's span it. And janitor. Click. Okay. So... I tell you what, I'll make it easy for you. Ah, I was going to say that would be an end to the narrative if that didn't work out for him. Alright, enough with this. He's fairly serious, isn't he? It's your turn, unless you tell me what I want to know. I can't, please. Is it something to do with laundering money through the mob boss, with the mob boss and such? Okay, please don't shoot. It was money. It was all money. That's it. Your valuable commodities, the longer any of you are in here, the more profit we make. We were just bending the rules. That file was the proof. So, what are we worth? What do you get for keeping us inside? $73,000 a year. Well, I wish we did in game. That would make it a lot easier. Each. Okay. Time you start paying back. Right. So, where were we? We were building over here. So, the workers are going to crack on with that. Let me go to staff and the workmen, like so. Going to go with foundations, building concrete, and do that. And then that is going to contain a door. I'm going to go with double door. And that's going to be our morgue. So, I'll let them crack on there. Right. Oh, look at that. So, we've had, sadly, loads of guys being knocked unconscious because we were too busy in the middle of all that cutscene to go through it. Okay. I'm gonna retake. I'm gonna start going over here and healing these guys up. However, for whatever reason, these didn't want to move. There we are. And armed guards as well. Those can come down to, well, actually here. So, recapture the special wing west, recapture the MaxSec wing south, bring the fire under control, already done, capture the G.A.B.O.S central area. So we've done a lot of this, so I'm pretty happy with that one. So we need to get these guys all healed up, which I will do. Building over here is, well, it's not underway. Stuff has been brought on the supply helicopter, but the workers, yeah, it's going to be a jail door problem, isn't it? I've got so much money, I don't mind just spamming guards and workers. It's not about this whole thing, is it? Right, let's get in. I selected everybody, but for whatever reason there was only one going through. So, from here then, I'm going to tell them to get in. And get in with all of these. Selecting them seems to be a bit of an issue, and I don't know why. Anyway, there's still a riot going on. We have lost, sadly, one of these guards, but we're able to move in. This is, I believe, the special wing, yes, that was on fire. No longer, obviously. 31 prisoners rioting. Danger level is still really high. These are all low-risk inmates, so I'm not too concerned about how volatile they may be. Let's see about going down here. Oh yeah, they're going right through. Let's bring some armed guards in. Let's bring all of these other guys down, paramedics, to keep healing up. Yeah, they're working. And the other one over here, they have taken control of the majority of the wing. Looks like this guy has been disarmed. The negotiator. More right guards have arrived. Okay. Have they? Yes, they have. I wonder what the metric is for this being taken over. Like, how does it calculate it? Is it just is it a matter of time? Is it a case of, yeah, if you start losing people or they get injured, will they start doing it? Or I think it's just how much you control. Like, as soon as you take a bit more, it changes up a bit. Deployment. I did assign people there. Yeah, that's fine. Guards haven't been assigned to it. They've probably got loads of things to do. That's probably what's happened there. Back over to this common room and to this wing, and yeah, the firemen are still here. Interesting. Okay, just hose down the riot police as they come in. Yeah, I'm sure they'd be very much appreciative of that one. Right, that looks to be all good. Let's bring the original riot police down to there. As I said, emergencies. So we could bring in air riot police, air paramedics, elite ops. Elite ops is only something from a helicopter. Helicopter being from island-bound DLC. So, I believe anyway. It would make sense, wouldn't it? And, oh, we've had a death. I think I know what that was. That will have been, most likely, around here with the shotguns. Yep. And back over here. I want my wheels now. Wallace is joining us, and if I catch sight of a tail, you'll be scraping pieces of him off the freeway. Phone slams down again. That's it, time to bring the situation to an end. The team is all in position. None of us are getting out here. It's not you they want. What are you thinking about? I did it for money, but he did it for political gain. The longer the sentences, the more votes he got. Who are you talking about? The mayor. Mayor Heller. It was his blueprint. I just oiled the wheels. And, oh, here we go. We got the proper sieged teams going on. Those files were the evidence that could destroy his career. Are you joking me? Yep, battering ram into this new area. What the hell? They're coming in, get ready. I warned you. That happened. Okay. Right. Is the CEO dead? Yes. The warden, the janitor, and the chef made it alive, though. Made out alive so far. So this is like the mayor's team that's come in and just absolutely cleaned house, as it were. There it is. So, the mayor is calling. The facility is under control and the rioters have been subdued. It could have easily turned out a lot worse. We've got one hell of a cleanup operation ahead of us. I'd appreciate your help with that if you've got the time. We don't have any building contractors on site, so the first step will be to hire some new workmen to get repairing the place. I always thought security here was much too lax. Those inmates have been given far too much rein for so long. That stops today. I want you to build us a new armory, then deploy armed guards at key positions around the prison, a site that will subdue the prisoners, and they'll think twice about causing this much trouble again. I'm also approving the funds to provide body armour to all our guards on site, many to be able to defend themselves. Few of the criminals, but there are a lot of prisoners who need to be taught an error of their ways. Build a new solitary confinement. Our guards will take care of moving inmates to solitary as required. Solitary confinement gives inmates time to reflect on what they've done, reminds them who is in charge around here, and a lot to do here. We appreciate your help. Once you feel like you've done enough and are ready to move on, click on the Polaroid on the front gate. Okay. Well, we may not go for a full complete, but I'll pick up an armory there, and doggos aren't even unlocked. So, I mean, I could go if I wanted to the to here and finish it, but I think we will get some of these. So, build an infirmary to treat the wounded, doing that one. Build a morgue and collect the dead. We're working on that one as well. I'm not going to send anyone back for now. I don't think we necessarily need that. I'm going to get some more guards, up to 30 guards. Gonna have to get some cooks as well, because, yeah, of course. A couple of gardeners, and I think maybe 10 janitors for now, and maybe even some more workers. Obviously, the guys approve the funds, so that's all good. There'll be a lot of repairing over here, but I'd have to demolish it first, so I'm not gonna really go down that route. And no, we've got more rioting going on. Let me go over here and see if I can take back the kitchen. We've now taken back the kitchen. So, quick build, and we can go to solitary and solitary cells. It's just literally solitary cells. Okay. So, I mean, I can place these in. I'm going to place them up here. So these are the quick build ones, which is all fine. I'll put some more in and around here. I won't designate them to any particular type of inmate. So this was all about, basically, getting ourselves... there's a morgue, hang on. Morgue. And we want some electrical cable, which is going to run down like that. And in the morgue, you do need morgue slabs, which that should do for now. Okay, so tasers, body armor, guard towers. I think there was a full lot, wasn't there, really? But non-lethal sniper wasn't in when this was originally released. Same for CCTV improvement. I'm not even too sure. Oh no, I think legal was. I don't think recycling was. Yeah. So we'll see. So build an armory in a secure location. Well, that seems fairly secure to me. So we'll put that in there. For an armory then. In fact, I think this is exactly why it's been positioned here. That goes in there. We need a table small. And then basically weapons racks. That'll do. So people are going to go over there and get body armor. So that's all good. Taser, I don't know if we have to do taser roller or anything like that. Deployment, yeah, that's all staff only as we expected. And there's more guards needed. Like I say, we've got so much money, I'm not too concerned there. So deploy armed guards around the prison, apparently. Deployment. Patrols. No, just deployment. Deploy armed guards. Something like that. And how many do we have? We have 8 now. Oh no, it is saying deploy them with patrol routes. Okay, so I'll have to change that up again. So armed guards, cancel all those. And patrols, blue patrol. So just patrol around here. Then armed guards, that's 50%. And there's that one done as well. So build solitary wings. We are working on that actually. So it looks to be that we haven't got any doctors. It's now done. A couple more cooks. And yeah, okay. So it's taught us really about. This has been more, less building really than the previous ones, but it's taught us about patrols, about the emergency services, about rioting, unlocking things through bureaucracy. Obviously, we control all of these guys here. Yeah, normally we can just press a button to get rid of them, so it's very fortuitous that I was able to tell the truck to go away, because if I couldn't, I'd be fairly, in bother with that one. Let me go ahead and, and ideally you want a security room and have it so it's, all these open and closed and have automatic door control systems. But implement new security protocols, check. Optional, build a solitary wing and start punishing rioters. Well, I've got one, but that won't cut it. Yeah, I don't think we need all of these. In fact, I know for a fact we don't. I'm just going to connect them all to the grid, though, just for the sake of sort of completeness, really. And there is toilets to connect up. That was a bit of luck, it being so close. Don't think it's going to reach this other one, though. So I'll have to run large pipes like that. And to be honest, that is all of the optionals there. Excellent work. I think the security of the facility is looking much stronger. Let's continue. The prisoners need discipline in order in their lives. I suggest put them to work and tidying the mess up they've made. Start up a labour programme for our inmates and put them to work cleaning the prison and doing the laundry. Consign prisoners to work from the toolbar and logistics. And don't forget the staff who made it through the ordeal with us. They are exhausted. Build a staff room somewhere. And finally, bring this all in on a budget. Make sure we have a positive bank balance and cash flow. Prison labour is substantially cheaper than contractors when it comes to cleaning, janitorial work and laundry work. Okay. There's a lot to do here. We appreciate your help. Once you feel you've done enough here and ready to move on, click on the Polaroid. So establish a labour programme, cleaning cupboard. We haven't built one of those. I mean, it'd be very easy to do. Cleaning cupboard, laundry. Yeah, build a staff room. I think we're going to leave it there for this one. These are all optional, and we don't get anything else doing it. We've obviously seen the story beats, and that was the main focus of it. The rest is just like if we were to be building our normal sandbox facility, where we literally do pretty much this, almost in this order as well, actually. Like, not in this order. We don't go with the security that early. We normally don't have the provision to. Normally, it is a case of building, the cell block A and redoing the basic detention centre, short-term and long-term investment, and then reform initiative maybe. And obviously, there's grants, so you got staff wellbeing initiative, crackdown on drugs, all of these things. But we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of prison architect, and yeah, let's click on the Polaroid and end the scenario there. And that is that. So, there will be a 4th and a 5th. Yeah, I think we're so close to finishing it, we might as well give it a go. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed the look at the game and the campaign. Leaving it there, and as always, see how we get on in the next one. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.